up, Sauce Gang, and welcome back to the channel. Hot Sauce Beats here with a banger Roblox Forsaken reaction for you. That is right, chat. And today we're jumping back into some Roblox Forsaken lore. And there's a video that you guys told me I gotta check out because the last one by Game Theory was more about the ARG side, and this is more about the actual gameplay lore. So today we are checking out Flush's The Lore of Every Forsaken Survivor. That's right, chat. I have been having an absolute blast going down this old road of Roblox Forsaken, and I've been enjoying it. Thank you all for the recommendations. But before we jump into this, can you please show Flush some love by subscribing to the channel and chat? We're trying to get to 250,000 subs, so if you haven't yet, please smash that subscribe button and join the Sauce Gang family. But enough talking, let's get to reacting and roll that bomb ass intro.
Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Eat, sleep, make beats. Eat, sleep, make beats.
Hot Sauce Beats! Woo woo! Oh, hold up, chat. It's time. It's time for some Forsaken.
What is the lore of the survivors in Forsaken? You may be surprised, but even though they're considered the good guys, many of them did something horrifying to get themselves trapped in the world of Forsaken.
Are they bad?
If you don't know,
Are they bad?
Forsaken is this alternate reality where the main villain, the Spectre, traps these survivors and kills them over and over again for all of
It's like
eternity.
Groundhog's Day.
But why? Why these specific survivors? Well, we'll start off with Noob here. So in Noob's description, they're
I'm excited for this chat because, again, we're new to this game, and I love learning about lore. Who doesn't? It's a game theory.
described as being scared but still pushes on, wanting to find a way to escape out of the world of Forsaken. Yeah, you can even see it in Noob's expression. He's always seemed to be scared and nervous looking. Even when speaking to other survivors, he's constantly stuttering, again displaying his nervousness. But that wasn't always the case with Noob. See, Noob used to actually be cheerful and even playful back in the day. He actually used to be friends with Guest 666. The two would always hang out and everything would be happy. But then something would happen, and this something would cause them to stop hanging out. And we don't really know what exactly caused these two to stop being friends. I'm sure that'll be revealed once Guest 666 is released as a killer. Many people believe he'll be the next killer right after Noli. But yeah, it was losing this friendship with Guest 666 that will cause Noob much distraught, pretty much leaving him to be quiet and withdrawn from talking to the other survivors. Not only that, but one day Guest 666 would also just disappear. And him disappearing is kind of a reference to him getting banned from Roblox. Yeah, it was actually Builderman that would ban Guest 666, but Guest 666 is unaware of this, so most of his hatred is going to be towards Noob, because he actually thinks that Noob did something really bad. And we also know this
hasn't already happened by now.
If you go to the box right here, there's actually a letter that's written by Noob. Yeah, so this is Noob here saying, "Hey Sixer, aka Guest 666, it's Noob." And then unfortunately, a lot of the letter is censored right now, but you do see words like how he regrets so many things, and there could have been many things that would have prevented what happened that day. Again, we don't really know what happened, but it does seem like Noob is in the wrong, and looking at the model of Guest 666, he doesn't look like he's gonna forgive Noob right away. The rest of the letter ends with, "You feel as if more of the censored text will reveal itself later." So yeah, it looks like in the future, we're gonna see exactly what happened between the two. Builderman.
Let's see, baby.
So Builderman is known as the big boss of Roblox HQ, and as a promise with Shedletsky, the both of them are going to do everything they can to help everyone.
They definitely
now,
the
not
good
much
guys.
is known about Builderman at the moment. Again, we do know that he is responsible for banning Guest 666, but again, he's unaware about this. But I'm pretty sure once Guest 666 is in the game, he's gonna find out the truth. Yet, something to note about all these survivors is that in some way, shape, or form, they've all done something wrong to the killer. Like next up, we have Shedletsky. So to state the obvious, he's friends with Builderman. Again, they both made a promise to help everyone else in Forsaken, but Shedletsky actually holds an extremely dark secret, something that the other survivors don't even know about him. See, the secret that Shedletsky does not tell any other survivors is that he is the actual creator of 1x1x1x1, the other killer in Forsaken. Yeah, if you ever read Shedletsky's information here, the first thing that's read is Blame John, his first name. And if you read 1x1x1 1x1x1's bio, it reads, the physical manifestation of pure malice, hatred, and negativity himself, the one who despises no one else more than the former admin Shedletsky. And even in his abilities, mass infection, it says right there again, blame John. Yeah, this is a reference to a forum post from a long time ago that talked about the whole 1x1x1x1 myth, and it says here,
such a weird name, 1x1x1x1.
So that's where the name comes from, blame John. This is a real post from an actual Roblox admin, which yeah, John is the whole creator of this myth, but in the world of Forsaken, 1x1 is literally the embodiment of hatred. Like when Shedletsky is the only survivor left in a round, and the killer is 1x1x1x1, the song will change to the creation of hatred. And yeah, 1x1 wants nothing but to kill Shedletsky, and this is a secret that he won't tell the other survivors. See, Shedletsky is actually afraid of telling the others that he personally knows 1x1. He doesn't want to tell the others because he thinks that the other survivors will no longer trust them. He's also the only survivor to call Desakar by his real name, Matt, since he knows him personally. Yeah, Desakar in real life was also a Roblox employee, same with Shedletsky. But yeah, as for Shedletsky's sin, if it wasn't obvious, he's the creator of the killer 1x1x1x1, Elliot. So Elliot's bio describes him as the best employee at Builder Brothers Pizza, and now in the world of Forsaken, he wants to help in any way he can. And yeah, pretty much all of his abilities are support items. Another known thing about Elliot is that he's always been employee of the month at his job, as he would often have to work every job in the pizzeria due to being understaffed, but he never actually minded. Yet Elliot is often seen as always putting others over himself. Like literally, even his health bar is at 80, while many of the other survivors are typically at 100. But now, as for Elliot's past, we know that he's worked at the pizzeria for quite a while, and we also know that he had to suffer through the havoc of Cool Kid hacking work at a pizza place. We know this because when Cool Kid kills Elliot in Forsaken, he says, but yeah, Cool Kid would constantly be destroying work at a pizza place, which made Elliot dislike both Cool Kid and Cool Kid's father, 007 and 7, for bringing Cool Kid to the pizza place. Yeah, Elliot's typically shown to want to help the other survivors by giving them pizza, but he's much more hesitant towards 007 and 7, but even then, he's still willing to put aside his differences to help him. And so now what's Elliot's sin? Banning Cool Kid, 007 and 7. This is actually one of the saddest lores in Forsaken. If you read his information here, they were previously infamous for their exploits, but he had a change of heart after gaining a son, his son being Cool Kid, only to then lose him after a series of unfortunate events. But yeah, the lore of 7 and 7 is that he used to be a former hacker and exploiter, often causing havoc across Roblox alongside his best friend Noli, and this was prior to Noli finding the Void Star. But yeah, 7 and 7 would be hacking until one day he discovered a baby on his doorstep. This baby was actually Cool Kid. 7 and 7 wanted to be a good father, and so he retired from hacking and took the time to try to be a good dad. Yeah, it's actually kind of sweet that 7 and 7 wears his shirt because Cool Kid likes it and thinks it's funny. Though as Cool Kid would grow up, he did eventually learn about his father's past misdeeds, and so Cool Kid would also cause havoc similar to his father, mainly at the Builder Brothers Pizzeria. Yeah, this would eventually get to a point where Elliot would eventually ban both Cool Kid and 7 and 7 from the establishment. And then at some point, Cool Kid would go missing. We don't really know what exactly happened, but we do know that Cool Kid is actually 10 years old as of right now, which is a reference to the real life Cool Kid who was exploiting in the year 2014. But yeah, with Cool Kid being missing, this caused a lot of distraught to 7 and 7. And now in the world of Forsaken, it's been unveiled that Cool Kid now became this horrifying monster. And when Cool Kid meets his dad, there's a chance that he can say this. Not only that, but when 7 and 7 is the last survivor and Cool Kid is the killer, the song Plead will start playing. Yeah, and because 7 and 7 is pretty much the father of Cool Kid, he kind of became an outcast with the other survivors as they don't really trust him too much. Again, Elliot, while still kind of angry towards him, will still give pizza to help him. And Shedletsky also shows sympathy for 7 and 7's loss, since they both regretted decisions they've made in the past. But Shedletsky, on the other hand, does choose to stay quiet about
great respect, chat. Everybody knows that.
Why 7 and 7 is in the world of Forsaken? Well, I can't really say because it's against the terms terms of service on YouTube and Roblox, but you could probably get the idea. It's honestly a very tragic story for 7 and 7. Guest 1337. So he's actually based off of the guest from the animation by the YouTuber Oblivious HD from the video The Last Guest, where he fights against the Bacon Army. Yet Guest would have a normal life until the death of his parents by the Bacon General. This caused him to have a hatred for the Bacon Heads, but Guest would later on get married and have a kid, and then shortly after join the military to go to war. And here he would fight off the entire Bacon Army. And now in this animation, Guest 1337 did survive, but in the world of Forsaken, he actually ends up sacrificing himself by using the grenade against the Bacon General. This sacrifice is how he ended up in the Forsaken realm. Yeah, Guest 1337 misses his wife and daughter and keeps a picture of them in his pocket. He also deeply regrets leaving them to fend for themselves. And now for whatever reason, the Spectre really does not like Guest 1337. Like, the Spectre gives mostly every survivor some sort of item to defend themselves, but Guest really only has his fist. But yeah, as for his sin, same as 7 and 7. Two-Time. So Two-Time is actually one of the most corrupt survivors in Forsaken, yet they're known as a fragile cultist that holds a terrible secret.
Oh, what's their terrible secret?
Other than a sleek dagger and a manic smile. They're able to earn a second life through risk and sacrifice. Yeah, that's right. So Two-Time is actually in a cult known as Spawn, where they believe in respawning / resurrection. And yeah, Two-Time actually had a friend called Azure, and the two of them were actually really great friends. Like, they even have a photo here that says best friends. But then something would happen that would change all this forever. See, at some point, Two-Time's beliefs began to grow more and more demented. One day, while Two-Time and Azure were alone, Two-Time would say, "There's just one more step for us to please our dear Spawn. For us to see the second life finally brought to fruition. Spawn will be eternally pleased at our devotion."
Bro,
and it is here where Two-Time would take out a dagger and betray Azure. Now again, why did Two-Time do this? Well, in hopes to receive a second life. See, at first Two-Time is regretful of their actions, but in milestone 4, you'll see the full version of the picture seen in the pocket of Two-Time's shirt. It's the best friends picture, but this time Azure is X'd out with text saying "Glory to the Spawn," meaning that at this point, Two-Time has lost it and has devoted everything to the Spawn. Now, even then, there are little glimpses of Two-Time feeling bad for their actions. Like in the Nightshade milestone skin, it states, "It's not that I can't remember, it's that I don't want to remember." And even in all of Two-Time's abilities, you'll notice Azure in every single one of his icons. Now, another thing about Two-Time is that he literally has an ability to revive, but this only further enhances Two-Time's belief that the Spawn cult is actually real. What he doesn't know is that his respawn ability is actually illegitimate and was given by the Spectre to feed them further into their false belief. Yeah, Two-Time is just completely unaware of their second life being illegitimate. He still strongly believes in the cult, as he's often telling others about it. And what's also creepy is that after he respawns, he actually keeps a smile and doesn't frown until he finally dies. And now as for Azure, he more than likely will be a future killer, as he probably has a lot of hatred towards Two-Time. Now, what is Two-Time's sin? Betraying his best friend. But another magic user in the survivors group is Dusakar. So not much is known about Dusakar aside from his real name being Matt Desek because of Shedletsky. He is often seen rhyming a lot and can be somewhat competitive with Cerulean, an upcoming survivor to Forsaken. As for his sin, we don't really know yet. Taph. So Taph is an interesting survivor. He's actually mute and communicates using hand signals. Like, even all his chat messages to the other survivors are just emojis. But yeah, he sees himself as Builderman's right-hand man, as he's actually a demolitionist who used to blow up and destroy the houses of terminated users at the will of Builderman. But now there were a lot of Robloxians who protested against the act of destroying these homes due to accidental terminations. Yep, been there before, Roblox. And this did lead to demolition being hunted down by the angry protesters, and due to this, Taph would lock himself in his home with traps in case any protesters comes wanting vengeance. Yeah, like Taph even knows some of the survivors because, unbeknownst to them, he actually was responsible for blowing up their homes when they mysteriously vanished. As for where Taph's name comes from, it's actually short for epitaph, which is a funeral oration, which is a short text that's written over a gravestone. Kind of morbid and dark. But yeah,
super morbid and dark.
Sin is, he did something really really bad to Cerulean. Like, really, really bad. Cerulean also hates all the
Not
other
one, really,
admins because
but
of this
two.
thing that he did. Chance. So Chance is a well-known gambler. He's got a coin that gives him either buffs or debuffs. He typically has a smirk when he's over 50% health and a nervous expression when below 50 health. And now as for his lore, he actually used to be friends with iTrapped, one of the people that hacked Roblox back in 2012. But in the Forsaken lore, iTrap actually helped free some wanted criminals. And now after the 2012 incident, the friends again would get arrested, but iTrapped was not suspected. And so iTrapped decided he
He's
wanted
got
to
that
free
cool
his
smirk.
friends again, as they were
He's got
all
that
arrested
cool smirk,
in
chat.
the Badlands. So he met Chance, as Chance's family is rumored to hold the key to the Badlands. And now Chance, thinking that iTrap actually cared for his friendship, would become close with iTrapped, despite iTrapped only seeing him as a pawn. See, iTrap would try to kill Chance through many death games. And now why would Chance play these games? Well, again, he likes gambling. And now due to Chance's luck, he would always come out of these games alive. But one day after Chance won one of these death games, still thinking that iTrapped was his close friend, Chance was about to boast about winning when suddenly iTrapped stopped him. The two would disappear that night. Chance would then find himself in the world of Forsaken, with the last memory seeing of iTrapped's hand becoming corrupt. So iTrap himself might be another killer in the future. As for Chance's sin, well, it was the death games. So yeah, all these survivors have all
Jesus.
committed some
They're
sort of
all
sin
wrong,
to
bro.
get themselves sent into Forsaken. A lot of them often having to
Oh,
anger
karma.
the killers in this game. Yeah, I didn't really talk much about the lore of the killers themselves, so if you want another video on that, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.
Hey, yo.
What is the
All right, let me bring you in chat. Dude. This is getting deep and dark. There's so much going on in the world of Forsaken. I definitely like this, though, where we're learning more about the actual lore behind the game than it being considered an ARG, which is the route that definitely Game Theory went down. And we know Game Theory loves some ARGs, and we do as well, but I like this. I like when it's kind of its standalone thing. So, chat, let me know in the comments what you think, and some more Forsaken videos I need to peep out. And please show Flush some love by subscribing to the channel. Chat, we're trying to get to 250,000 subs, so if you haven't yet, please smash that subscribe button and join the Sauce Gang family. But enough talking. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and remember, it's Eat, Sleep, and Make Beats, and as usual, become another. That's all I got. Boom, I'm out. Got number love for the Sauce Gang.